Here we are, guys. We're here for the People's Squad, our round 3 results. Not too bad. Not too bad where we went. 2,348 is where we're ranked overall. And our round 3 score of 910, I believe. Yeah, so it puts us at a nice overall score of 2830. Not as strong this round as others, but didn't lose many ranks. And we did have Pap and Cleary, so that was to be expected. And we didn't have really any huge standouts apart from Fafita. So we'll jump in and have a look at this, but really we're looking really nice with 103k, and we'll drop through some of the price jumps for the week. And if you look down the side now, we're just over 11 mil in team value, including our salary, which is really cool. So it'll be 11.1, which is great. But Brayley jumped up 83k, so he's already up 225, which is incredible. So 635k now. If you still don't have him, you need to get him in your side. He's going to go to 800 very, very quickly, unless he gets injured or something like that. But pray not for that. Funny to see someone like Crichton go down 16k, but great. If you don't have him, you can pick him up pretty soon at a nice, cheaper price, even under 800 at some point if he has another week or two in the 50s. Connor Watson up 72k, which is amazing. Again, he's going to be quickly up in that 500 to 600k mark if he keeps doing what he's doing. Tino just down 16k, so down 44k in total, which for him is not terrible. He hasn't had a very good start to the year, and he still only lost 44k on him. So he hasn't gone as bad as people are saying. There's some guys that are in this league that have dropped close to 100k over the first bunch of weeks. So Tino not as bad, but he might be a trade out target this week. Phil Mayano up 71k, 22 this week. Ricky 47 for 88 in total. Schuster up 62k. If you missed out on him, you got to get him in straight away before he gets up in the 400s really quickly. Same with Lockie Lamb. He hasn't done anything amazingly, but he hasn't lost much either. So he's just scoring at kind of what he's averaged. What his price is averaged at. And Momorowski up 80k in total, so 447. He's getting into that status now where you bring him in as a keeper at 447. You're not really there to make too much money anymore. You're expecting him to average somewhere around 40, 45 and be a keeper. So just be aware of that if you're looking to bring him in your side. And Tessie New up now 71k at 334. He's getting to that range where it's like, do I bring him in at that price? It was much nicer around that 270 or 300k. Again, Teddy has had an amazing start and he's down 13k this week. So please don't worry about price drops with these keepers. They're priced at that high price for a reason, and they'll score that. And week to week it'll be up and down, but don't worry about their price. Tex Hoy up 36k, so he's starting to make some cash now. If he has another good week, he'll be up over 100k in rises. Dane Laurie's a must have at the moment, 385. If you still don't have him, please do. Fafita up 50k, so he gets a little bit further out of reach for those that don't have him, but he'll be someone that I think will be around that 850 mark. He'll average in the 60s this year, so a couple more chances to bring him in before he gets to his max price, I'd believe, but he's going to be a keeper, so chuck him in if you can. Jacob Little, scores 32 and still goes up 38k, so just be aware of that these types of guys have still got some room to move. Even if they score couple of mid-30s games, they'll still be gaining 20 to 15k. If he gets a 40 or 50 again, then his price keeps bumping up. So 430k, he's still got some room to move. Jake Turpin just started his price rises again with 22k after his really good week this week. Then you got Spencer, so he's 38, brings him up another 22k, and I'd expect him to bottom out maybe around 400 or just above to give him sort of 100k or so price rises, unless he picks up some more minutes with an injury, for example. Pap didn't play, Cleary didn't play, but they've both gone up a little bit. Cleary, our first $1 million man. Averillo, again, down 10k over the first 3 weeks, and was really good signs that he actually ran the ball. And same with Utuka Manu, his price rises get kicking with a 42k rise there. But we're all through the team now, and looking at where we're at, obviously we got Brayley in there as our hooker. We got Turpin and Little on our bench. So really happy with this spot, and I wouldn't be wanting to touch that at all. You got Turpin and Brayley scoring really well, and Little is someone that you might want to move on in sort of 3 to 4 weeks when his price bottoms out, especially if he's not getting 80 minutes. But really happy with that position. And we move to the mids, and Crichton and Watson, no issues there. We did captain Crichton, unfortunately, instead of someone like Fafita. But that's going to be one of his lower scores. It just didn't have to do a lot. More just tackled a fair bit as they were getting beat a fair bit. But tackled a lot, didn't have to run as much. Only got 3 tackle breaks there. Connor Watson's been amazing, so he's someone that we can keep in our starting side in the mids, which is great. And then Tino, someone that we could potentially look to trade. We banked one trade last week, which is cool. So if we'd like to, we've got that extra 100k. We could upgrade him and maybe downgrade someone else like a Lamb to a Walker. So we'd have up over 800k to play with, I believe. Yeah, we would with that, and could have a choice of anyone in our mids to really bolster that, or possibly it's bolstering the edge position where we have Fafita to come in. But Fulamano had a little bit of a lower game with 35, but again still making money, and you'd expect still scores around that 40 mark from him. So he's still okay. He's still okay to play, but well, depends what happened when we got Cleary and Pap. If we're looking to keep playing Schuster, we want to play Walker, someone like that, over the next few weeks. But really happy with where Jordan Ricky's at, 46 without any attacking stats, playing that full 80 minutes, which is good. And it looks like his thumb injury isn't bothering him too much. It's enough to keep playing anyway, which is great. Keep it up. Schuster was amazing. If you didn't pick him up, you needed to. I'm glad he's in all our sides this week. 63 again, just picks his spots, just waits. Looks like he's very calm, and then does what he needs to. Tackles pretty well, and then chimes in when attack when he needs to. And Lamb with a 30 probably would have got somewhere between 30 and 38 anyway. So it was definitely someone who's not going to make us a lot of cash, unfortunately. So he's going to be someone we can trade out, and I'm thinking a Walker would be perfect, where we could bring Cleary straight back into the starting side, which will be great. And he can partner Schuster, and then Lamb can go to a Walker or something like that. That's with that one. Momorowski and Tessie New, both solid guys. We're happy we've got Mom. A game we didn't have to do too much and still picked up 38 was good. Tessie New, 31. Again, didn't have to do too much, even though they smashed them. It was kind of the Osako show and the Farnworth show, which was fine. But yeah, a little bit more traffic down the left. And when they went right, Osako kind of went through himself and didn't need Tessie. So we're really happy with scores around that 30. If he can get that base, I was worried that with his defense not being amazing, that he'd have a bunch of scores in the low 20s and stuff us around with the odd score in the 40 odd, but pretty cool that he can get 30 as a base there. Teddy, Hoy, and Laurie. So yeah, Laurie's really firming up to be a keeper status kind of player. We'll see. It's only been 3 weeks, obviously, but if he can keep getting 45s to 50s, he's going to make a lot of money. Texie Hoy, 47, really good as a cover for Pap, but I think Tex is someone you can keep playing on your interchange. If he's going to have games like that regularly, then that will be really helpful for our sides. And then Teddy was much lower during the majority of that game, sort of 50, 55 minutes, and then picked up a 52, which was cool. So pretty happy with how the team's looking at the moment. Not a lot of guys other than Lamb and Tino that we'd like to move on at this stage. Phil Mano's got a fair bit more cash to make. And the rest of the starting side's looking good. And then you look to the bench, and you obviously can bring Fafita into the starting side. But you got him there, which is awesome. Little, Turpin, doing well. Linu, 38. Again, we probably hope for a few more minutes from him, but we can't complain. Pap Cleary comes straight back in to bolster the starting side. Averillo as our cover for the centre position. And then Utukamanu with a nice try. So we missed out on Alvaro's lowest score, and that was a bit of a worry coming into the week, was are we going to miss his big price rises? And with Alvaro getting a 26, that kind of will slow down those price rises, unfortunately, for those that brought him in, like myself in my team. But we're covering every position on this squad at the moment. We've got mid cover. Granted it is only Leniu and Utokamanu, which are slightly lower scorers, but we can handle that at the moment as cover in those positions. But other than that, I think we're looking really good. We've banked one trade. We've got 100k to use this week if we'd like to upgrade and downgrade and really bolster up that mid position, whether it's a Tohu Harris or an Elliott or something like that. We'll see what the people say. But yeah, really happy with where we're at the moment. Ranked 2, 3, 4, 8, and I think we're ready to launch with those two guys coming back, and I think that will be really cool. It was nice to just hold rank pretty much over this last week with those two guys out, and not selecting a Fafita as captain or something. But pretty solid. I'm happy with where we're at. And guys, if you're enjoying this content, if you'd like to be a part of this People Squad and be a part of making changes, and please join the Discord group. The link's down in the description. And we're about 730 members at the moment, so that'd be cool to get up near 1,000. And it's a really good place for everyone to help each other out. Everyone's really friendly, and if anyone's not, then they get the boot, unfortunately. But there you go, guys. If you're enjoying this, please hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the analysis of my team and the alternates. So see you soon.